I won't do it. I won't let myself do it. I will not talk about updates to the Switch 2 release pattern / schedule. This person said this person said this person posted a smiley face tweet. We're supposed to interpret it this way. He said April, May, No. Put a pause on that for now. Some people are saying new things, but it's grasping at straws, and I like to grasp at spoons. So good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. Hope you're all doing fantastic out there. Today, we're going to cover actual, real, concrete things that are happening in the Switch universe and give you the Nintendo lowdown in about 10 minutes flat, because that's what we do best. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hit that like button if you enjoy these videos, and if you enjoy concrete things that are happening today, here and now, let me know your favorite in the comments down below. Like 2 Museum. My goodness gracious, how many of you got Ben Stiller running around crazy when you saw this trailer? Pops up on your screen, boom, you're thinking Night at the Museum. And I'm thinking 2 is flying under the radar as the modern incarnation of the Sims series. And I don't mean SimCity, and I don't mean The Sims. I mean like all the side games they'd make. Sim Tower, Sim Zoo, all those fun ones that they would kind of do on the periphery. That's what 2 has become here in the modern era. I really enjoyed 2 Hospital and 2 University. I think both those games are very clever and fun and great little builders that are an awesome puzzle with a lot of charm. And something that's usually hard to get out of a sim game is charm, and these manage to have it in spades. And 2 Museum looks bonkers. I want to build a museum. I like that the exhibits come to life. There's going to be all sorts of crazy things to deal with, fiascos to handle, and maybe even Robin Williams or Ben Stiller popping around the corner. I'm sure there'll be some references. This game is currently announced for PlayStation 5, Steam, and Xbox Series consoles. This is coming out in 2025 and tells me this is probably a Switch 2 game. I know we said we wouldn't talk about the release date, but I think that this is going to be out next year, and therefore I think that's why they haven't mentioned anything Nintendo. All the 2 games have been on Nintendo Switch, so there's no reason to really omit it for this new iteration. They sell well on Switch. It makes no sense unless it's being saved for an unspecified new console coming out at an unspecified time sometime in early to mid 2025. Let me know if you're excited for 2 Museum in the comments down below. And then let me know if you're excited for the Nightingale. This was a new game that was tweeted out by Nintendo, and it's made by the fine folks over at Twirlbound, published by Saber Interactive. Saber has published a bunch of great things for Nintendo Switch, and the Nightingale reminds me of a more platform-heavy Breath of the Wild. Like, you can get a serious BOTW vibe from this game and this trailer. It looks like they are really riffing on what made Zelda so successful this generation, and honestly, that's okay. I think when games have done this, they've been pretty sweet. Like, who remembers Immortals Phoenix Rising? Really fun game. And now if this can do something different with this shield being both defensive and offensive and platforming, it seems like it could be a quirky, cool game. I like that Nintendo is amping it up for us. I hope that means good things. Their seal of quality may not mean what it used to mean, but I hope that them tweeting this out means like, hey, they believe this is a game that could be quite interesting. Now, there is no release window or date for the game, but it does look pretty sweet, and I'm sure it's going to be out on Switch, so this is something that I'd expect to drop maybe later this year or early next year. Speaking of later next year, Borderlands 4, baby. The Borderlands movie completely flopped. Nobody liked it, so Randy Pitchford, CEO of Gearbox Studio, had a really funny, kind of clever tweet. So what you're saying is you like what my friends and I do with our Borderlands video games even more than you like what some of the biggest and best cast and crew of filmmakers on the planet have done. A cheeky way to say, yeah, you guys thought the movie sucked. We'll make more games. And then he teases Borderlands 4 by saying, I'm super flattered. We're working extra hard for you on what's next. And that 4 is obviously spelled F-O-U-R. Randy Pitchford has been known to have some crazy outbursts and moments, but I don't think this is a misspelling. I think this is intentional. And given that all the Borderlands games, except for the Wonderland side offshoot, are on Switch, I would expect Borderlands 4 to be on some version of Switch. And I'm very excited for that game. I think Borderlands 3 is kind of been forgotten because it's been many years and there's been some, different games that have done better with the shooter genre, and we're kind of in this weird framework of like, oh, games as services for shooters, how does Borderlands fit in with it? But I really like B3 a lot, and I think Borderlands 4 can come out and be surprisingly good, and that portably on Switch sounds like music to my ears. I loved getting the Borderlands games on Nintendo Switch, but like Borderlands 3 came 4 years later or something like that, so it's like, okay, it's cool, but we've played it. And obviously the Borderlands collection came out many moons beyond its initial release, so hopefully this is something that can drop when it does eventually, day and date on our Nintendo console as well. I am most excited about this tease, though, and this new game because I think the original is absolutely wonderful. I think it's a hidden gem, and if you haven't played Journey to the Savage Planet on your Switch, you absolutely should do so. The origins of this game are a little bit funky, but Raccoon Logic is able to keep the IP, and they are working on a follow-up, it sure seems. Knock, knock, who's there? No, not another spam, we swear. Teaser.savageplanet.games. And this makes a lot of sense because we do know that opening night live is next week, and Keighley has promised not only updates, but new games as well. And this isn't going to be a show where we get like, oh my gosh, the latest 3D Mario and the brand new Last of Us, but a new Journey to the Savage Planet could fit perfectly as an interesting, exciting, and entertaining game to drop at the start of Gamescom. This is a fantastic playing title that is like Metroidvania meets shooter meets crazy grapple through the sky. Like, it is very, very good. I like it a lot. It's got quirky charm and humor, and it's got a nice space theme. It's wonderful. I think it's a phenomenal title, and them getting to make a sequel is music to my ears. I'd love to see this. I'd love to have it drop on Switch just like the first game, and I'll be absolutely looking forward to a new trailer when it comes, hopefully, at Gamescom next week. How many of y'all would buy Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and the Booster Course Pass if it was all on one cartridge? I know a lot of people are hungry for physical chunky stuff. They don't have to rely on downloads, and there currently is a physical bundle in select parts of the world where you can get waves 1 through 5 on the cart plus a Wave 6 download, but now it looks like there's a physical edition with everything, all 96 courses, and it has waves 1 through 6 DLC all on the cart. It's currently only in Southeast Asia. I'm hoping they bring this stateside. The West would love a cart of Mario Kart because it's Mario Kart and because it has all the kart courses. Throw this out in the holiday season and I swear it'll sell. People would love to have a new updated version of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that is the deluxest. This would be the biggest, best, boldest Mario Kart cart you could ever have, and I gotta stop saying that, but I just want to let you know that this is a thing, and we should let Nintendo know, like, bring it here. I would buy a cart with all 96 courses to race my karts on. It just makes sense. This man is a legend. This man is literally legendary because he's now in the Guinness Book of World Records for connecting the most consoles to one TV at a time. Over 400 consoles, 444 to be exact, each one different to a single television. My goodness gracious. Ibrahim Al Nasser from Saudi Arabia has set the world record for most consoles hooked up to the same TV. I didn't even know there were 444 consoles, but he does have a Switch. He's obviously got all the OG Nintendo consoles. He's got a Steam Deck and plenty more. Pretty cool. Just wanted to give you that nice anecdote. And we'll wrap up here by saying, yes, more and more people are talking about Switch 2 release timing, and you can get doom and gloom and worry that it's going to be delayed to the holiday. You can get pie in the sky and hope that it comes out early 2025. You can probably be nice, smoothly in the middle, and that's where it'll probably end up. But we'll focus on that once there's actual more concrete info, not just he said, she said, they said, because right now we're kind of back and forth in a limbo state, and I don't like that. It's like, oh, this person says this person says this. I still think the best knowledge is going to come from developers and from publishers and maybe not as much from leakers. So I'll pay attention to those more than anything, but we'll wait and see. In the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for watching today's episode. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Let me know what games you're looking forward to in the comments down below. Until next time, SwitchForce out.